The gambler's fallacy is belief that if something happens more frequently than normal during a given period, it will happen less frequently in the future, or vice versa. In other words, after a run of bad luck, many people expect good luck to be due. Imagine flipping a coin. It lands on heads 5 times in a row. You might think tails is due, but in reality, the odds are still 50-50 with each flip. Each flip is independent of the last. This doesn't just apply to gambling or investing. Think about everyday situations. You've had a terrible week at work, and you think next week has to be better. Or you've failed multiple times at a task and assume success is right around the corner. Picture this. You're on a losing streak playing a slot machine. You've been losing for hours, so you start thinking the next spin has to be a win. Spoiler alert, the slot machine doesn't know or care about your previous spins. It's all random. Or let's say you've had a string of bad dates. You might think the next one's gotta be the one. But each date is an independent event, and past experiences don't influence future outcomes. Take the 2008 financial crisis. Many investors held on to plummeting stocks, believing a rebound was imminent. Unfortunately, those who didn't base their decisions on solid analysis suffered significant losses. Why do we fall for this? Our brains are wired to look for patterns. When we see a streak, we think it must be followed by a reversal to balance things out. It's like our brains are constantly trying to turn random events into predictable sequences. For example, consider sports. A basketball player makes several shots in a row, and fans start thinking, he's on fire, he can't miss. This is called the Hotand Fallacy, where people believe past success increases the likelihood of future success, even though each shot is independent. Or think about the lottery. Imagine a particular number hasn't been drawn for months. People start thinking, it's bound to come up soon. But each draw is random, and the odds don't change based on previous results. One surprising real-life example is from World War II. During the Blitz, Londoners believed bombs wouldn't fall in the same place twice, and thinking past bombings affected future ones. This false sense of pattern recognition led some to stay in dangerous areas, thinking they were safe, despite the randomness of bomb hits. Even in something as random as childbirth, people fall for this. A couple has 3 boys and might think we're due for a girl next. But each pregnancy is an independent event, and the odds of having a boy or a girl remain roughly the same each time. In all these cases, we see the gambler's fallacy in action, our brains tricking us into expecting a change based on past events, even when each event is independent of the last. Life doesn't work that way. Outcomes are influenced by a myriad of factors, not just past events. Streaks happen, but they don't predict future results. Let's bring in another concept, the sunken cost fallacy. This is when we continue investing time or effort into something because of what we've already put in, rather than cutting our losses and making a rational decision. It's like staying in a bad movie because you've already watched an hour of it. Combine the gambler's fallacy with the sunken cost fallacy, and you've got a recipe for disaster. So, how do you avoid falling for these fallacies? First, recognize that each event is independent. Just because you've had a streak of bad luck doesn't mean good luck is due. Each decision should be based on its own merits, not past outcomes. Second, focus on data and evidence, not patterns that aren't there. Evaluate situations based on their own merits, not past performance. And third, be willing to cut your losses. Don't throw good money or time after bad just because you've already invested resources. Have you ever fallen for the gambler's fallacy or the sunken cost fallacy? Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights from Nerds Club. Stay smart, stay skeptical, and don't let the fallacies fool you.